Hello and welcome to Virtual Tips. Today I have Dawn with me by Zoom meeting, and she has been doing some great work with a telephone group. We have a set of clients that don't necessarily have access to video technology, but they are able to use the phone. So she's using a telephone conferencing program where you dial in an 800 number and then you're given a meeting number. So you dial that in and hit pound, and then everyone that has that number calls in and they can have a group by telephone. She's been doing that for a couple of weeks now and has had great success. So I want her to share a little bit about how she's been able to work out some of the kinks in that, and maybe it can help you for the telephone group you might be doing. So hello, Dawn. Welcome to Virtual Tips.
Hi. Thank you.
All right. So tell me just how you have made this group work, like kind of how you run the group from once everybody started getting on to when it's time to get off.
When they get on, as they're signing in, they tell me who they are and I write it down. And as everybody signs in, they automatically just tell me who's signed on, who signed in. When everybody quits talking, then I go back and I call roll of who has told me they've signed in. If I've missed anybody, I add it. And then from there, I ask them to mute their phones so I don't have to listen to everybody at once trying to talk back to me. And then I call roll and they unmute and talk to me back and tell me, yes, they're here. Yes, they're here. That way I can tell if I've missed anyone. From then I give them to my group subject for the night because it's a process group. And I tell them what I want to tell them on my side of it. And then I ask them each one individually what they think, what their part of it is and I ask them each one individually. And that way everybody's talking at once because they can't hear each other. And then the last 5 to 8 minutes of the meet group, I let them have a free for all. They all talk, they all share, and they feel like they're just adding ad lib off their top of their heads, and they like that. They enjoy it.
So what I like about it is that you have this real solid, clear on-ramping of how I get started. You're taking,
Yes,
they say their name, you write the name down, then once everybody's in, then you go back over and get another roll call, and then you then have everybody mute the phone. Great.
Correct.
Great.
I don't want to hear the background noise, the dog barking or the kids hollering or whatever's going on in the background.
All right. And then you introduce the content, and then you call on them one by one to unmute your phone and respond to whatever the content is.
Correct. That way not everybody's trying to talk on top of everybody as they go.
All right. So one of the things that I think we all have to realize is when we do telephone groups like that, because when people aren't muted, it's annoying to be part of it. If someone has a question, they have to interrupt. So one of the things that you need to plan for, I think, when you're doing telephone groups is that spontaneous involvement isn't going to happen until you say, like, at the very end of the group. So plan your activities that way. And so you're calling on them one by one, and I guess you keep a record to make sure you've called on everybody.
Yes, off of my sign-in sheet that I bill off of it. I check on to make sure I have asked everybody the same question. Everybody gets to answer. Everybody gets to participate.
All right, excellent.
And then their responses, like they would normally write down responses if we were face to face. I write those responses in that line, and that way I know what they've said and what they've included in the group, what they've provided.
And then you allow them at the end for about 5-10 minutes to unmute all their phones and just have an open conversation.
Yes, sir. And some people include themselves, and some people just sit and listen. You can hear them go, but they really don't say a lot, but at least you know they're listening.
All right, excellent. And this has worked well for you with your people.
Yes, sir. The first week we didn't do it that way, and it was gosh awful. It was horrible. It was confusion. So I decided to do it this way, and it's worked good for the last 2 weeks. Really well.
All right, excellent. Good tip. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate the work you're doing, and I look forward to sharing this with everybody else. All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You have a great day. Everybody else,
thank you.
You go out there and you do a great job.